This question is from the topic Theory of Machines from the subtopic Flywheels. The torque provided by an engine is given by T of theta equal to 12,000 plus 2,500 sine to theta, where theta is an angle turned by the crank lever, crank from the inner dead center. Mean speed of the engine is 200 rpm. It drives a machine that provides a constant resisting torque. If the variation of speed from the mean speed is not to exceed point plus or minus 0.5%, minimum mass moment of inertia of the flywheel is dash. Minimum mass moment of inertia of the flywheel is dash. Right, so here that is we need to calculate mean torque here. Mean torque is equal to integral 0 to 2 pi, okay, t into d theta divided by theta total, t into d theta divided by theta total. So here this is 12,000 plus 2,500 sine 2 theta d theta 0 to 2 pi. So this is equal to integration of 12,000 is 12,000 theta 0 to 2 pi, and this is integration of sine is minus cos. Integration of sine is minus cos plus 2,500 minus cos 2 theta by 2 0 to 2 pi. So here cos 2 pi is 3 cos 2 pi, that is cos 2 into 2 pi, that is 4 pi, which is 1, and cos 0 is 1. So this will be anyway 0, and this will be 12,000 into 2 pi. So T mean will be equal to 12,000 into 2 pi by 2 pi, which is equal to 12,000 Newton meter. 12,000 Newton meter of torque, right? So this will be the mean torque, and now the resisting torque, or now here delta T will be equal to T minus T mean. Delta T will be equal to T minus T mean. So if we can plot the angle for understanding, we can plot the graph for this, that is T and theta, for T and theta. So here at theta equal to 0, it is 12,000. At theta equal to 0, next is pi by 4, next is pi by 2, next is 3 pi by 4, next is pi. The same cycle will be repeated, right? So at 0 degrees it will be 12,000. At 0 degrees it will be 12,000. At 45 degrees it will be 12,000 plus 2,500, which is 14,500. So this will be 14,500. And next at pi by 2 it will be once again 12,000. Next at the 135 means, which is sine 135. This is sine 270, that is minus 2,500. So this will be minus 12,500 minus 2,500, which is 9,500. So value will be below 2,500. This is 12,000. This is 14,500. And next this will be 9,500. And finally it will come to 12,000. So mean torque line will be this. Mean torque line will be this, right? And where it is going to touch, so this area represents delta E. This area represents fluctuation in energy. Okay, so this area is nothing but this height, or variable height is nothing but T minus T mean. This variable height is nothing but T minus T mean, which is T minus T mean means 12,000 minus 2,500 sine 2 theta. This will be 12,000 plus 2,500 sine 2 theta minus 2,500 sine 2 theta. Sorry, minus 12,000 it is. Minus 12,000. Okay, minus 12,000 it is. So this and this will be cancelled. So this will be delta T is equal to 2,500 sine 2 theta. That is delta T. And the limits where it is going to intersect, it is 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2. Okay, the limits will be 0 to pi by 2. Okay, or you can just simply say, you can, when t equal to t mean, when will be t equal to t mean, which is nothing but sine 2 theta should be equal to 0. 2 theta means theta will be equal to at 0 it is possible, and at what do you call, and at 2 theta equal to 0 and theta equal to pi. So next will be theta will be equal to 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2. Right, now let us integrate this. So delta E is equal to delta T d theta 0 to pi by 2. So this is equal to 2500 sine 2 theta integral 0 to 90 d theta. So integration of sine is minus cos 2500 into minus cos 2 theta by 2, 0 to 90 or pi by 2. Right, so this I can do one thing here. This is 2500 minus 2500 by 2 cos 2 into 90, that is cos 180, minus sign I have taken out, so cos 180 is minus 1 minus 1, cos 0 is once again 1 only. So upper limit minus lower limit, so this will be equal to 2500 will be the fluctuation energy. 2500 will be equal to fluctuation in energy. So delta E is equal to I omega square CS. I omega square CS. Right. So here 2500 equal to I, here it is required to be, yes, minimum mass moment of inertia I we are required to calculate. So I into 2 pi into omega, here it is given as 200. 2 pi into 200 by 60 whole square, and CS is given as plus or minus 5.5%, so which is 1% total fluctuation, so 0.01. So upon solving this we'll get I is equal to, upon solving this we'll get I equal to 570.15 kg meter square, kg meter square. So this is the end of the question. This is the end of the question. This question is from the topic theory of machine, from the subtopic gear trains. A power transmission mechanism consists of belt drive and gear train as shown in figure. The diameter of pulley of belt drive and number of teeth on gear 2 to 7, number of teeth on gear 2 to 7 are given. So number of teeth on gear 2 and 7 are given. So this, here it is the belt drive being wrapped, and number of teeth on this is 18, and here number of teeth on 3 is 44, number of teeth on 4th gear is 15, number of teeth on 5th gear it is 33, number of teeth on 6th gear is 36 teeth, and 7th gear is 16 teeth. And the diameter of belt drive, one of them is 50, one of them is 150, and another one is 250 mm. So here here we can write the velocity equation for, let us say this as pulley 1 and 2. Let us say this as pulley 1 and 2. Okay. So N1 D1 is equal to N2 D2. And he's asking us to calculate the speed and direction of rotation for gear 7. For gear 7 it is being asked. So N1 here, or let us say this is 0 and this is 1. So let us say this as 0. So N0 D0 equal to N1 D1. Now N0 is what? N0 is 2500 and D0 is 150. N1 is not known and D1 is 250. So N1 is equal to, N1 here it is equal to 2500 into 150 divided by 250. This is equal to 1500 RPM. This is equal to 1500 RPM. So this is rotating in anti-clockwise sense. So this will be also rotating in anti-clockwise. This will be rotating in anti-clockwise sense. This will be also rotating in anti-clockwise sense. So N2 is equal to, N1 is equal to N2 is equal to 1500 RPM. Now here the two gears are touching each other, that is gear 2 and gear 3 are touching each other, so their pitch line velocities will be same. So N2 T2, number of gear, speed of 2 into teeth of 2 is equal to speed of 3 into teeth of 3. So speed of 2 is 1500 and teeth of 2 is 18 is equal to N3 is not known. T3 is equal to T3 is equal to 44. T3 is equal to 44. So here N3 is equal to 1500 into 18 divided by 44. 1500 into 18 divided by 44, that is N3, which is equal to 613.64 rpm. Now this is rotating in anti-clockwise. So external gearing means the direction of rotation changes. So this will be rotating in clockwise sense, and fourth one will be also rotating in clockwise sense. So fourth one will be rotating in clockwise sense. So N3 equal to N4 equal to 613.64 rpm. 613.64 rpm. So 4 is meshing with 5. 4 is meshing with 5. So N4 T4 is equal to N5 T5. So N4 T4 is equal to N5 T5. N4 is 613.64 and T4 is equal to 15 teeth. N5 is not known. N6 T5 is 33 teeth. T5 is 33 teeth. This is 33 teeth. So N5 is equal to 613.64 into 15 divided by 33. So this is equal to N5 is equal to, that is 613.64 into 15 by 33, which is 278.93 rpm. Now the direction of rotation of fifth gear will be in anti-clockwise sense. Okay, fifth is meshing with sixth. Fifth gear is meshing with sixth. So N5 T5 is equal to N6 T6. N6 T6. So N5 is 278.93 into T5 is 33 is equal to N6 is not known. T6 is 36. T6 is 36. So N6 is equal to 278.93 into 33 divided by 36, that is equal to 255.68 rpm. Right, so this will be the speed, and 6 and 7 are compounded, so N6 equal to N7, that is 255.68 rpm. Okay, and next is the direction of rotation will be in clockwise sense because it is external gearing. So meshing gears will have opposite sense of rotation. So that is 255.68 and clockwise direction. That is option D. This is the end of the question. This question is from the topic theory of machines, from the subtopic governors. So this question, I mean, the questions from the governor topic were not there from last 5-10 years or 20 years if you observe the papers. Okay, so this year they have asked the question from the governors, and that too, this is a very that is from the controlling of governors. That is a very important topic. Okay, so controlling force curve, that is PQR, for the spring controlled governor are shown in figure, where R1 and R2 are the two radii of rotation. The characteristics shown by the curves are dash. P is equal to Q is equal to R is equal to. So here, just by seeing this, here, that is, this will be a line passing through origin. So this will be equal to F is equal to AR. This will be equal to F is equal to AR, right? And similarly, okay, and here if you see this equation, that is for curve P, if you see this is some constant, let us say this is some constant or y-intercept. So this will be F is equal to AR plus B. And similarly, if you extend this line, we'll have negative intercept. We'll have negative intercept, that is minus B. So this is of the form F is equal to AR minus B. AR minus B. So here, if if it is greater than 0, if B is greater than 0, right, then it is unstable governor. If B is greater than 0, then it is unstable governor. If B is less than 0, then it is stable governor. Then it is stable governor. If B equal to 0, then it is isochronous governor, which means constant speed at all the radii. Which means constant speed at all the radii. Isochronous governor. Okay, so here option B, that is P. This P is unstable governor, Q is isochronous governor, and R is stable governor. So here, if B value is negative, then it is a stable governor. If B value is positive, then it is unstable governor. If B equal to 0, then it is isochronous governor. That is option B. This is the end of the question. This question is from the topic mechanisms, from the topic theory of machine, from the subtopic mechanisms, from the subtopic mechanisms. So consider a mechanism shown in figure. Consider a mechanism shown in figure. The rolling contact without slip between the disc and the ground. There is a rolling contact without a slip between the disc and the ground. Select the correct statement about the instantaneous centers. Okay, so here we are required to locate the instantaneous centers. We are required to locate the instantaneous centers. So this is link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4 is given to us. Link 4 is given to us, right? And we are required to locate all the centers. So this is I12. This is I12, and this will be I23. I23. And this center will be I34, I34, and I14 will be somewhere along this line, I14. That is contact between link 1 is the fixed surface and this, so this will be I14, this will be I14, right? And next will be I23, yes. So here we are required to locate I24. Where is I24 and I13? So remember here, that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 3 should be collinear with 1, 2, and 2, 3. So 1, 2, and 2, 3, this is the line. 1, 2, and 2, 3, this is the line. Okay. And 1, 3 should be collinear with 3, 4, and 1, 4. 3, 4, and 1, 4. So this is the location of I13. This is the location of I13, right? And next is 2, 4. For 2, 4, it should be collinear with 1, 2, and 1, 4. 1, 2, and 1, 4, this is the line. 1, 2, and 1, 4, this is the line. Okay. And 2, 3, and 3, 4. 2, 3, and 3, 4, this is the line. So this will be the location of I24. This is I24. So now select the correct statement about the instantaneous centers in the mechanism. Right. So we are required to select the correct statements. Here number of links are 4. So I is n minus number of I centers equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. That is 4 into 4 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 6. Right. So here 6 instantaneous centers. 6 instantaneous centers will be there. So all the points PQ, this is PQ, R, S, T, and U. That is option A. P, Q, R, S, T, and U. All the points here P, Q, R, S, T. No, 4 points are there. So 4 points are there, but 6 centers. 3 points, but still 6 centers. This is 5 points are there. So 6 centers. So here the correct option is option A. Correct answer is option A. This is the end of the question.